Hello students, good evening all. How are you? So this is KP sir. I'm going to teach you environmental engineering. Since the last 6 days we are in a continuous live sessions on YouTube. This is the last part of air pollution we are going to discuss. I hope you enjoyed all the 6 parts previously we have discussed. From Monday to Saturday, 6 parts of air pollution we have come across. I hope all of you have enjoyed. Now, we are going to have the last session of air pollution. So, now, this air pollution, just for clarity, I am going to say, is it clear for everyone? The voice and video, is it clear for everyone? So any one of you can comment on the chat box so that I can get everything is clear. Okay, Raz. We'll go ahead, Raz. Yes, clear. Okay, done. Hi, Jagannath Reddy. So this air pollution, we have the topic of air pollution for GATE, IES Civil Engineering, and also in IES General Studies in the topic of energy and environment. We have the topic of air pollution. And you write any state government competitive exams. It may be TSPSC, APPSC, KPSC, MPSC, whatever, PSCs. Compulsory general studies air pollution topic is there. If you write SSC, RRB, any competitive exam, whatever competitive exam, general studies, science and technology, without air pollution, there is no question paper. This much is important, air pollution. And Unacademy people are providing you, during lockdown, they are providing you best opportunity for the students to interact with the top educators in the India. So students are getting more benefited by this free live special classes. So utilize the most knowledge provided by our educators. Now what we have discussed previously. Good evening, Manos. Most abundant air pollutant, Raz, it is SOx only. Don't worry about it. Already I have written in the video also. Air pollution introduction, causes and types we have completed. Air pollutants types and their effects completed. Then concentration units conversions, microgram per meter cube to ppb or ppm conversion is done. Previous days we have discussed, last couple of days, meteorological factors affecting air pollution and different types of plume behaviors. And we are in the last phase, air pollution control devices. This topic is very much important for GATE examination. This is the most important topic for GATE examination. Now, air pollution control devices. This is the basic classification of air pollution control devices. There are 3 categories. First one, solids removal, solid particle removal, solids removal. The solid particles available in the air, we call it as TSP, total suspended particulate matter, or SPM, suspended particulate matter. For that suspended particulate matter removal, we have gravity settling chamber, centrifugal settling chamber, electrostatic precipitator, and finally fabric filters. And for the same, we have wet devices, scrubbers, separation of solid particles using some moisture content, water content or liquid chemicals. wet devices for the same, okay, for the same solid particulate matter in presence of some water or some liquid chemical using devices what we call it as scrubbers. Scrubbers are cyclonic scrubbers, tray type scrubbers, Venturi scrubbers. Ras CO is 48%, SOx is 16%. If you take overall atmospheric condition, if you consider 1 meter cube of air has been taken from a polluted area and estimated concentration in microgram per meter cube, then that polluted air, clear that polluted air contain more sulfur dioxide because carbon monoxide after entering into air converted into carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide reacted with atmospheric air and converted into carbon dioxide. So after release from the chimney, after it is mixing with fresh air, high concentration is sulfur dioxide. But as from the source, if it is released from the chimney, you have entrapped in a container, you collected and you estimated carbon monoxide is high. But after spread in the atmospheric air, carbon monoxide mostly transformed into carbon dioxide because of its chemical reaction with atmospheric oxygen. But sulfur dioxide is available as sulfur dioxide for very long time. After that long time, it may convert it into smog, whatever other components. So rapid conversion or instant conversion happened for carbon monoxide. So if you take atmospheric air, sulfur dioxide is most abundant. And if you are considering entrapped in a container from the chimney, whatever released from the chimney, carbon monoxide is higher. Then coming for the third condition. Good evening, Banu Prakash. Gaseous impurity removal, absorption, adsorption, combustion. Three phenomena. First, solid particulate matter removal and also by wet devices, both same. Dry manner we have given first gravity settling, centrifugal settling, electrostatic precipitation, fabric filter. Same solid particle in presence of some liquid chemical or water, wet devices. Finally, gaseous impurity removal, absorption, adsorption and combustion. First one, the name itself provide you the information. Gravity settling chamber. It means settling of particle. Settling of particle under the influence of no artificial force, no physical mechanical force, only depending upon natural gravitational force. So if a particle is to be settled down under the influence of gravitational force, what are the parameters to be considered? Based on mass, self weight of the particle, based on mass, self weight of the particle and its density. Because the density of particle is greater than density of air. So considering these two parameters, the particle whose mass is attracted by gravitational force and the particle whose density is greater than air density, that particle is going to settle down. So it is similar to what we discussed under sedimentation topic in water treatment, same manner. And this is designed to separate out particles with diameter greater than 50 microns. Gravity settling chamber is provided to separate out particles with diameter greater than 50 microns, but efficiency is only just 50%. efficiency is only just 50%. Why? Because settling carried out only under influence of gravity, particles self weight and density, not modifying the particle, not additional other forces are provided, particles original mass and density under the influence of gravity. See here, this is a dust laden air stream, means impure air given into chamber. Now that impure air is traveling inlet to outlet. During the journey from inlet to outlet, the particles having the mass, they have been settled in a dust hopper. This dust hopper is going to collect the particles. Particles are settled based on their mass and density. Clearly written, heavy particles drop out due to reduced velocity, and it was given that heavy particles are given to dust collector. So the particles are settled based on mass and density. This is one more figure. Dirty gas entered into it. Dust hoppers are collecting impurity. Impurities are collected while the air is traveling from inlet to outlet. Clean gas is going out. Impure particles are collected, falling down, falling down, falling down, and settled in the dust hopper. So this is a clear picture for you, that is easy for you to understand. There are two collection hoppers at the bottom. At the inlet, raw gas, polluted air. So this large diameter particles, what we have given here, these large diameter particles entered into cross section of the chamber. Entered into cross section of the chamber. Clean gas, this is traveling, going out, clean gas is exit out. During the journey, all this large diameter particle in dust hopper 1, these are fine particles. The fine particles are collected in the second hopper. So in the initial hopper 1, largest diameter particles are collected. While it is flowing slowly, smallest particles also getting falling down. Here we need to estimate Vs. It is Vs, settling velocity of air particle. The air particle is going to settle down. That is settling velocity of air particle. And also we have Vf. Vf is air flow velocity. Vs is settling velocity of air particle. Vf is air flow velocity. You can write down settling velocity. We have the formula, settling velocity formula, na? GD square by 18 mu into rho p minus rho a, or we can express the same, GD square by 18 mu into S minus 1. Same like sedimentation process in water, same thing. D, diameter of particle, impure particle, diameter of impure particle. Mu, dynamic viscosity of air, viscosity of air. Rho p, what is rho p? Density of particle. Rho a, density of air. Density of particle and density of air. Got it? And we have a relation here. We'll have a relation here. The time taken by particle to settle down. time taken by particle. For what purpose? To settle. The time taken by particle to settle down. Distance traveled. How much distance? Depth of chamber by velocity. General formula for time. We have general formula for time. No? What is general formula for time? Distance by velocity. So distance we are considering so general formula for time, distance by velocity of travel. The particle is traveling vertical distance of the chamber depth with a velocity, settling velocity. Then time taken by air. From where to where the air is traveling? Air is traveling from inlet to outlet. Air is traveling inlet to outlet. The distance between inlet to outlet, length of the chamber, air is traveling with air flow velocity Vf. Clear? Inlet to outlet. Inlet to outlet, we will consider it as length of the chamber. Particle distance travel, we will consider the depth of the chamber. So, length of travel is the distance travelled by air. Air is travelling with velocity Vf. The condition required for settling. What is required for settling? Both times must be same. That means H by Vs is equal to L by Vf. Both the times. In the industries, Naveen, we are not going to install in the atmosphere. We are going to install these instruments or equipments in the industries. So from this we have formula for air flow velocity. Vf is equal to L into Vs by H. So we have the formula for air flow velocity. Because to settle down the particle, the time taken by particle to settle down is equal to time taken by air to travel. H by Vs is equal to L by Vf. Vs already we have derived using this formulas. So Vf is equal to L into Vs by H. This is related to gravity settling chamber. Okay, we'll go ahead. Second one, centrifugal settling chamber, which is also called cyclonic separator. This is designed to separate particles of diameter greater than 25 microns and is achieving efficiency 50 to 90%. To separate out particles of diameter 25 micron and to achieve an efficiency 50 to 90%, we are providing centrifugal settling chamber. What is the difference? Difference is in gravity settling chamber only gravitational force. But here we have additional. What is additional? Centrifugal force. Additionally, we have centrifugal force here. Now, this is the inlet which is allowing the air to enter into it. Air is entered through the inlet, passing through it. Because of centrifugal forces, air is rotating continuously. So air is rotating. This is the plan view. Continuously air is rotating. The particles without having any mass go towards outward. Particle having mass attracted towards center. Go towards outward means particles without mass go outlet. Particle with mass attracted towards center and then falling down, discharges downward direction. This can be understood by this diagram. This is completely depending upon Bernoulli's principle and Venturi effect. You can write down Bernoulli's principle and Venturi effect. So this is the chamber 1. Clear? This is chamber 1. And through a narrow passage, air will travel from chamber 1 to chamber 2. Chamber 1, chamber 2. During this journey, while air is passing from A to B, this is happening while air is passing A to B, area decreases. Area, while air is passing from A to B, area decreases. What the decreased area will do? Increases velocity, because rise in velocity happened because discharge is constant. Air flow rate we are not modifying, same air flow rate is passing. Diameter changes at this junction. Due to decrease in diameter, area decreases. So discharge is constant, Q is constant. So velocity raise up. What the raise in velocity? Raise in velocity will do drop in the pressure. So due to sudden pressure drop, what happened? Due to sudden pressure drop, particles will be fall down. Suddenly the particles are traveling with a certain high pressure, suddenly velocity rises, pressure fall down. So particles are collected in the bin because particles are falling down. Again when it reaches to this C, again velocity and pressure are normal. Clean air blown through the extraction fan is going out. So this is the section where lighter pressure, see here, clearly mentioned here, velocity is high here, pressure is falling down towards low, pressure is falling down. Here velocity high, pressure high. Here velocity moderate, pressure moderate. Here velocity moderate, pressure moderate. This is condition at A and this is condition at B. In both conditions, velocity and pressure are exactly in the moderate condition. See here, velocity and pressure. But this is at B. What happened? Velocity? Velocity high, increases. What happened to pressure? Pressure low, decreases. This low pressure in the section C is noted. Sudden pressure drop will fall down the particle. Now cyclone dust extraction system, same cyclonic settling chamber we call cyclone dust extraction system. So one more diagram just for your more clarity. Dirty air is entered through inlet. Cleaner air will exit out through upper extraction fan. During this journey, the air is circulating. Dust particles are falling down. Sealed dust collection will. Through the conical section, cyclones are rotating. Cyclone is a continuously rotating air that push fresh air to upward direction. Fresh air, impurities are less, mass is less, so it go upward direction. Impure air, particles are there, mass is there, pressure fall down occurs, so it is falling down. So just remember, fresh pure air, cleaner air, we call cleaner air, go upward direction. Dust, because the dust consists of high mass, so it is falling down due to sudden drop in the pressure. The dust particles are falling down due to sudden drop in the pressure. Okay. This is one more diagram, mostly not required for you. Then electrostatic precipitator, the third one. Electrostatic precipitator, we can write it down as ESP, electrostatic precipitator. This is provided to separate out particles of diameter greater than or equal to 1 micron. To separate out particles of diameter greater than or equal to 1 micron. And it can achieve an efficiency between 90 to 99%. It can achieve an efficiency between 90 to 99%. What is going on here? the basic principle in electrostatic precipitation is providing electrostatic forces of attraction. Electrostatic forces of attraction. What are electrostatic forces of attraction? Simply we call electrostatic force of attraction positive, negative forces. The positively charged ion or negatively charged ion attracted by oppositely charged ion. Then will the air consist of charged particles? No, no. And especially we have given diameter, very minute diameter, greater than or equal to 1 micron. In such a case, how the charge come across? So, first initially, what the electrostatic precipitator will do is, initially it impart negatively charged particles. See here, these are the particles, solid particles going into it, and this is a negative electrode. This is a wire frame of negative charge. So negative electrode is connected, clearly see the diagram. Negative electrode is connected to this wire frame. So all these are negative electrode wire frames. All these are negative electrode wire frames. Where we have placed it? Wire frame of negative electrode is placed in the inlet, at the inlet. So air with solid particulate matter, incoming gas with particulate matter. Clear? Air with incoming solid particulate matter started entry. Then near to the inlet only, we are providing wire frame negative electrode. Now, the negative electrode is provided with some 250 to 300 volts electrical currents. Now, this solid particulate matter gain the charge. What charge? What charge solid particulate matter gains? Negative charge. So then, for what charge they will attract? Solid particulate matter gained negative charge, so they attract to positive electrode. Now, this is positive electrode. Where it is present? Positive electrode given here, given here, given here. 3 plus. So positive electrode, positive electrode, positive electrode. Negative electrode wire frames are here. So particles are converted into negative charge, attracted to positive electrode. All particulate matter which have been converted into negative charge attracted to positive electrode plate. This is what we call this as electrostatic plate. What is charge of electrostatic plate? Positive charge. So air particles entered into chamber, electrostatic precipitator. So it is traveling like this. It was first interacted with a wire frame. Wire frame is carrying negative charge. So if it passes through the wire frame, particulate matter converted into negative charge. So immediately it was obstructed by positive charge. So it was attracted onto the positive surface. So outgoing gas is a particulate free gas. This is for your easy understanding. The charged particles are entering. So this is the entry of gas flow. Clear? This is entry of gas flow. What is this blue color? All this blue color are particles. Clear? All this blue color impure particles, impurity. Then this is a negative electrode. So impurities travel through negative electrode. Then the blue color particle converted into pink color because they gained the charge. Negative electrode is represented in pink color. Blue color particle converted into pink color by gaining negative charge. So immediately they have been attracted by, what is this? Yellow color? Yellow color is positive. So I am writing for your clarity. Particle initially blue color. So this is the impure particle. Blue color whatever there, impure particles. Then what happened? They passed through negative electrode. Particles are passed through negative electrode. How they have been transformed? Transformed into pink color, negatively charged particles. They have been transformed into negatively charged particles. Then this negatively charged particles are attracted. Which is attracting? Attracted by this positive electrode. So particulate matter first gain the charge, attracted by negative electrode, gain the charge, immediately attracted by positive electrode. Clean gas is traveling outward direction. I will draw a simple picture for you. Take this is electrostatic plate we are having. This electrostatic plate of positive electrode. Both surfaces of electrostatic plate are positive electrodes. So it was connected to positive electrode, electrostatic plate of positive electrode. And here there is a wire frame of negative mass. So this wire frame of negative mass connected to negative electrode. Okay. Now air particle. This is air particles. And these are impurity. Particulate matter in the air. Dust, flue gas, we call it as plume gas or flue gas, carrying impurities. Now the impurities will interact with this negative charge. How they have been converted now? All impure particles are converted into each negatively charged particle. When they exit, they will exit out of negative wire frame. Consider this is a negative electrode wire frame. So when they exit out through negative electrode wire frame, impure particles are converted into negative charge. And this is positive electrode. Throughout the length it is positive electrode only. So immediately all these particles are attached onto the positive electrode. What is remaining? Remaining is fresh air. Clean and fresh air. Clean air goes outside. Clean air goes outside. Got it? Manoj, from tomorrow onwards, you can attend the class in Unacademy live session. Free special classes are there, Manoj. 8:30 to 9:30, same time. Free classes only. No need to subscribe for it. No need to pay for it. Manoj, Unacademy plus subscription, you can go for it. Unacademy, free subscription, you can watch it. Got it? Now, for what particles? This electrostatic precipitation given for fine suspended particulate matter. Fine suspended particulate matter, especially fly ash particles, dust particles, and including some aerosols, small amount of aerosols also. For that we are providing electrostatic precipitation. Efficiency of electrostatic precipitation. Dutch-Anderson equation. Dutch-Anderson equation, efficiency is equal to 1 minus e power minus WA by Q. 1 minus e power minus WA by Q. W, terminal drift velocity, final velocity of air particles, meter per second. Efficiency is nothing but fractional collection efficiency, we know it. A, total collection area in simple. Remember this as electrostatic plate area. Electrostatic plate area. And Q is discharge, meter cube per second. So velocity into area by discharge we are considering. Velocity into area by discharge is nothing but, we'll conclude here, instead of all this information I am going to give you one simple formula. What is given according to this? Efficiency is equal to 1 minus e power minus WA by Q into 100. Efficiency in percentage. Efficiency in percentage. We consider air flow rate after ESP inlet is designed. Inlet is already designed means discharge is constant. Discharge is constant, diameter is constant, area of electrostatic precipitator is constant, velocity also constant. So I will take W by Q. Once electrostatic precipitator construction is completed, W by Q is said to be a constant. What we represent it as a K. So now how can we write down the formula? Simple. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus e power minus Ka into 100. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus e power minus Ka by Ka into 100 for electrostatic precipitator efficiency. Clear? Shall we move on? Fabric filters. These are also called cotton baghouse filters. Fabric filters same as cotton baghouse filters, both are same. Designed to separate particles of diameter less than or equal to 1 micron. Designed to separate particles of diameter less than or equal to 1 micron. Efficiency greater than or equal to 99%. Highest efficiency. Greater than or equal to 99%. So air is passed through the inlet. Air traveled through the filter bags. These are the filter bags. Chamber 1, chamber 2, chamber 3, chamber 4, like that. Air passes. Particles are entrapped. Particles are not entrapped inside the filter bag, outside the filter bag. So all particles are falling down outside the filter bag. Purified air passes from each air bag and going out as an outlet. Filter does not allow entry of particle into it. Filter allows passage of air only. Then where the particles are there? Particles attached on the filter, on the surface. See here, particles are attached on the surface. Na? So particles which are attached on the surface, they slowly fall down and separated out. I will show you. This is the condition. Impure raw gas with particles. Particles allowed to enter into filter chamber. Particles allowed to enter into filter chamber. This is a filtration area. Clear? This is a filtration area. Where pores are there? This is the pore. Very minute, na? This one and this one, this gap, this is the pore, very minute pore. Now these pores are not allowing. Pore diameter 10 power minus 12 meter. Very minute pore, very minute and microscopic pore. So and internally air will passes. What happened? Particle is attaches onto the surface, unable to go inside. Particle not entered inside, attached on the surface. So the particles will be falling down later on. Air, clean air goes out. How the filter is prepared? And I am going to show the picture of this filter. Remember, consider this is one cylindrical filter bag. This is one cylindrical filter bag. So that one, whatever I have drawn, that one cylindrical bag, na, this is happened. This is a wire frame network covered with this fabric material. This is the fabric. The fabric may be cotton, acrylic material is given as a fabric. Polyester may be also given as a fabric. Any of the three provided. Fabric material, cotton fabric. So we cover total, make it total, the cover is placed. So the grill-like chamber is there, na? So grill-like chamber covered with cloth, which is made of fabric, which is made of cotton, acrylic and polyester. Now air is given, air and particles are given. Air will go inside, air. But what happened to particle? Particles are stopped here. This fabric consists of minute microscopic pores. The pores are not even visible to microscope, very minute pore. It allows passage of air only. So what is going inside this? Inside this air is going. What happened to particle? Particles are attached on the outside of the fabric. So particles are attached on the outside, air is going inside. That is called fabric filter, cotton baghouse filter. Then total area of filter. When we consider total area of filter, we can take it as air flow rate divided by air flow velocity. What is air flow rate? Air flow rate is nothing but discharge. Air flow velocity is nothing but velocity Q by V. But we have individual bags now. Individual surface area of filter bag, each one filter bag. What is that filter bag? This one. This is called a filter bag. This diagram what I have shown now, this is named as a filter bag. What is the individual area of filter bag? This is a cylindrical filter bag. We will consider pi dl, length of travel of air, diameter of filter bag, pi dl. Now for one filter, how many bags are required? Number of filter bags required. Number of filter bags required is equal to total area by individual area. Number of filter bags required is equal to total area by individual area. What is total area? Discharge by velocity. Individual area, pi dl. So how can we write down? N is equal to number of filter bags, N is equal to discharge by velocity into pi dl. This is the number of filter bags. Got it? Now, scrubbers. I think you know about the scrub. Normally in a kitchen, the people are used to clean the utensils by using scrub. Have you seen it? A scrub is a rough textured surface. Internally it carries a smooth sponge-like material. Can you clean or wash the utensils with the scrub directly without water? Is it possible? Will you clean the utensil with the scrub without giving water? Is it possible? Cleaning off or washing off utensil, impossible without water. So water is required. Same phenomena here. Air is going to be cleaned away, washed away by passing air through a scrubbing chamber. But that scrubber needs water, na? Liquid. So same thing here. From the top, mist, water droplets. Clear? This is a dirty gas in, this is a liquid in. Liquid is entering in this path, dirty gas is entering in this path. Both the liquid as well as gas mixed together, passed through scrubbing chamber. Then liquid with impure particles are getting settled down. Liquid with impure particles are getting settled down. Then clean air goes out because this mist eliminator will take out moisture content. This is one model. Okay, this is second model. This is liquid inlet. Liquid is releasing from top. Scrubber is present here. Scrubbing chamber is present here. Then air is entering. Air contained particles are entering, traveling in this path. So in the scrubbing chamber, air and water both interact with one another. Air and water will interact with one another. Then clean air will go away. Water with impurities are falling down. That overflow will be collected in the drain. Overflow will be collected in the drain. This is the diagram. One more additional diagram. Same, just color picture. Contaminated gas is entering in. Scrubbing liquid is loaded here. Scrubbing liquid is loaded here. Mixed through venturi throat. Venturi throat will make mixing. So due to that mixing through the wetted elbow, it is entering here. Particles with scrubbing liquid both are entered into liquid reservoir. Air will travel in the cyclonic motion and collected in the mist separator, polishing mist eliminator. Clean air goes out. I will write down, easy for you. So from the top, water is entering, liquid droplets. From the bottom, air is entering, gaseous particles. In the middle, at some part in the middle of the chamber, this is scrubbing layer, scrub provided. Now water and impure particles of air, these are impure particles of air entrapped in the scrubbing chamber. Air goes upward direction, clean air goes upward direction taken out. This water with impurities is falling down in the drain. Drain will collect water with impurity. So air impurities are transferred to water, simple. Impurities in air are collected, transferred to water and collected in the drain. And these scrubbers we can classify three types. Types of scrubbers. First one, cyclonic scrubber. Provided for separation of particles with a diameter greater than 10 microns. And it can achieve an efficiency of 80%. Cyclonic scrubber is designed to separate out particles with a diameter greater than 10 microns achieves an efficiency of 80%. Second one, tray type scrubber. Tray type scrubber provided to separate particles of diameter 2.5 micron achieved an efficiency of 85%. Last one, the Indian model of scrubbing device. The scrubbers we are going to use in India, Venturi scrubber for diameter greater than 1 micron achieves an efficiency of 90%. So if you have any question related to scrubbers, you can answer that as a Venturi scrubber only. Got it? Absorption. First one, absorption. Absorption means taking inside, engulfing, taking inside, absorption. So again using some liquid propellant, some liquid is given. Liquid is given from the top, gas is given from the bottom. So both will be absorbed, collected in the stripping column. Liquid from the top is loaded, gas from the bottom is loaded. Both attaches with one another. Liquid is a chemical which absorbs a specific gas. So absorption is utilized for separation of a specific gas component, not all gaseous impurity. Specific gas by chemical reaction with liquid. Chemical reaction with liquid absorbent. Liquid absorbent. So we are selecting some specific gas. For example, you need to separate out carbon dioxide. Then the liquid specific to carbon dioxide is taken as a chemical absorbent. That is loaded. So that liquid chemical absorbent and carbon dioxide reacted with one another, entrapped. Remaining gases out. That means we have separated carbon dioxide from that air. Same thing here. Adsorbent is in, liquid distributor is taken, liquid is loaded here. Both chemically react here, remaining gases goes out. Remaining gases goes out. Here, waste gas loaded from the bottom. See, waste gas loaded from the bottom. Absorbent is given from the top. Liquid is not given by a single pipe. So this is a pipe inlet pipe. Inlet pipe carries several outlets. See, this is the liquid distribution channel. Liquid is distributed by this several outlets. Liquid is falling down. From where air is coming? Air particles are going upward direction. In the junction they mix. Liquid will absorb only that specific gas, separates out. Remaining gas will exit out. For separation of specific gas we are using absorption. Adsorption. Adsorption is provided for separation of NOx, SOx and ozone, including few hydrocarbons also, even volatile organic compounds also. Now, adsorbent, this is very important, adsorbent. Adsorbent is a chemical. What is adsorption? Adsorption is the phenomena of attachment of a particle onto its surface. Attachment to surface. Whose surface? Adsorbent's surface. Attachment to adsorbent's surface. The adsorbent used here, we may use carbon, maybe activated carbon as adsorbent. Silica, we may use silica also adsorbent. Agar material also utilized as adsorbent. We can use carbon silica or agar as adsorbent. Here we are taking carbon. Most used adsorbent, carbon bed. So contaminated gas is given into this carbon bed. Then carbon bed attaches to the particles, impure particles, gases. Treated gas is taken out. Same thing, same diagram. Dirty gas, impure gas passed through carbon bed. So previously how the carbon bed is? Carbon bed is clear now, white, very white. What happened after treatment? All gases are entrapped. It was transformed into dirty carbon bed, black carbon bed. Black carbon bed is generated. Pure carbon bed is given, converted into black carbon bed. Clean gas goes out. That is said to be adsorption. This is the mechanism of adsorption. Diffusion to adsorbent surface. First phase. Contaminant molecules trying to diffuse into surface. This is surface. Na? This total we consider it as adsorbent surface. Whatever I am going to draw with red color, this total is adsorbent surface. Now migration of contaminant molecules into the pores. Into adsorbent pores, molecules are going to be migrate and attaches. Finally, a single layer of contaminant molecules, mono layer build up. What happened? So this is adsorbent lining. Adsorbent lining we have provided this one. Then particles are, where the particles are attached? Particles are attached here na? So I will show. So here at each surface of adsorbent layer, particles are entrapped, attached. Attachment onto the surface of adsorbent. This phenomena, what we call it as adsorption. So a good adsorbent is very important for adsorption. This is adsorbent only. Good, Manoj, very good. So this finishes the total air pollution. Starting from first we have discussed what are the types of air pollution, how they have been occurred. Then we discussed what are types of air pollutants, what are their sources, what are their effects caused, what is the damage happened to humans, plants and animals. And then we come across unit conversion, concentrations and their unit conversion. After that, very important topic, meteorological factors. Due to meteorological factor, temperature, wind velocity, humidity, how the plume released from the industrial chimney will behave. We have studied about looping plume, coning plume, fanning plume, trapping, neutral, like that, n varieties of plume behaviors. Vertical temperature profile, how from ground level to stack to chimney, how temperature modification. And finally, what are the devices to be installed in the industries to control air pollutant mass not to be released into atmosphere. So we have finished the complete topic of air pollution in 7 hours. If you go through this 7 hours topic, surely you have one numerical question compulsory, mandatory in GATE exam. One question in ESC, minimum I am saying, one question in ESC technical paper, one question in ESC general studies paper. 2 questions in ESC you have, one in technical, one in general studies, minimum. Sometimes both, 2 general studies paper, 2 technical paper, 4 questions also. So very important for any competitive exam. Go through this again, write down the notes neatly. So while I am teaching in the live class, maybe it is not possible for you to write down the notes. So again you go through it, put a pause button wherever you want, you can write down the notes neatly, prepare your best notes and then go through it, solve the numerical questions, solve the theoretical questions from your material. So air pollution, you can ask any question, you can solve it. Like that you prepare for it. I have given my maximum effort to cover all the topics, all the concepts related to air pollution. Maybe some numericals are not solved. You can go ahead. Even we have some free session in Unacademy. We'll go ahead. The numericals on air pollution again we'll solve it. No issue. So you do it. Clear. You do prepare your own notes from this YouTube free classes. Make solutions for numerical questions. Be prepared the topic of air pollution very well. Okay. As combustion is just burning in absence of oxygen, burning at very high temperature near us. That is not that much important. That is a costly device in India. We are not at all providing regarding combustion. So at very high temperature burning, we call it as combustion or incineration. More than 1000 degrees Celsius burning in a closed chamber. So we never use it because that is very costly process. Okay, Neeraj? So again, tomorrow's class at 8:30 p.m. Where it is? It is going to be on Unacademy Live, not on YouTube. Don't come to YouTube again. Tomorrow onwards. Again, next month we have YouTube classes. Okay? Till 1 month, we are having again Unacademy Live classes. Those who are not having Unacademy app, download Unacademy app. Click on KP Civil. Follow me. Click on the link. If you type Unacademy, search KP Civil. My photo and follow, you click on the follow me link, you will get updates about my classes. Okay, if you want regular updates, you send text message, WhatsApp message to my number, so that I will add you into the group where all the students are getting notifications related to free classes, and also about all the competitive exams related information, materials, questions, everything you will be having in my Telegram channel and also WhatsApp group called Engineering Guru. So you just text me your number, WhatsApp me your number, I will be add you into that WhatsApp group and Telegram group. Okay. So again, I am not getting bored you by telling all this stuff. Just I am going to show my faculty team in Unacademy. Myself, I am going to teach environmental engineering, hydrology, irrigation, open channel flow, construction metals and management. You will get 25 marks. And my friend, colleague from ACE Engineering Academy is again shifted to Unacademy. Transportation, steel structure, structural analysis, RCC and PSC, surveying, weightage, 23 marks. Remaining, you can depend upon other faculty. I will provide you best faculty to you. So most of the faculty are vast experienced. Only they provide you exam specific content. If you go through my video of air pollution, have you find any kind of unnecessary content I have dumped to you? That was known. If you go to previous question papers and verify exactly what is required for the exam, I have shown you. Unnecessarily I am not dumping anything. Like that you will exactly get a clarity in the subject, exam specific content. So if you want to buy plus subscription in Unacademy, use the code Engineering Guru or KP Civil. You will get a 10% discount and other benefits also. Okay. Unacademy will give you 24/7 live interactive sessions. Around 25 to 30% of subject is covered in free classes also. So if you are unable to purchase a special course, paid course, no issue. You can go for free course. So follow me. I will give you 25 to 30% of marks in that. No issue. So remember, for Unacademy, live class, online class means live interactive session only. It is not a recorded one. So what is tomorrow's class? This is tomorrow's class. Tomorrow, basics of open channel flow. Tomorrow at 8:30. Tomorrow at 8:30 we are discussing introduction or basics of open channel flow. Tomorrow 8:30 p.m. Unacademy live, not in YouTube live. Remember this. 8:30 p.m. introduction to open channel flow, very important basics. If you miss those basics, you are unable to understand remaining topics. So attend the tomorrow's live session in Unacademy. We'll meet again tomorrow 8:30. Until then, good night for today. Bye bye. I am signing off for today.